Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here. Pokemon Black with only in-game traded Pokemon was fast and fun. Let's follow that up with a creative one. Today's the day that we figure out, would I be able to beat Pokemon Red with our rival's team and moveset? First of all, shout out to WoW Such Gaming for suggesting this one. He also does YouTube stuff, and he's always been an awesome dude to me, so check him out. Let's see if I can do better with Blue's team than Blue does. Alright, so here's what we're trying to copy. Blue could have 3 different teams depending on what your starter is, so we just need to copy one of them. I'm gonna go with the Venusaur one, because that means that we won't need the totally useless Executor by the end of the game. We can't copy his team perfectly since we have no one to trade Kadabra with to evolve him, but other than that, let's try and perfectly copy this team. Terrible moves and all. Like always, I'm writing the script as I go through with the challenge, so all of this part is being written before I've started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. I'm pretty sure that I can win, but that I'm never going to use some of these Pokemon. Rhydon has Leer and Tail Whip. They do the same thing. Yeah, I think I'm going to lean more on Kadabra in this one. Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use moves and Pokemon that our rival gets. I'll need other Pokemon to use HMs, but I won't be allowed to use any of those Pokemon in battle. We're not allowed to challenge the Elite Four until our party's moves match that of the Pokemon champions. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoy the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let's do this. No need for the randomizer on this one, we just go ahead and grab Bulbasaur. So we don't start with any of the moves that his Venusaur would end up with by the end of the game, but that's fine. He didn't start with those moves either. I think it's safe to say that whenever we get a Pokemon that would be on Blue's team, we're allowed to use whatever moves it has to level it up until we get the moves that we need for it to learn by the end. Especially if those are moves that the rival would have learned in earlier fights anyway. So we won't have Vine Whip by the end of the game, but it's fair game because our rival uses it in Celadon when he has a Bulbasaur. You know what I'm saying? As long as he used it with that Pokemon in the game, then we're allowed to use it while getting to that final moveset. Anyway, enough wasting time. Right away I catch Pidgey since our rival has one. It might be a while before he's pulling any serious weight, but I see no reason not to just get him early. Naturally, by the time we got to Brock, we already have Vine Whip, so we just one-shot his team, no problem. Normally we'd just breeze ahead to Mount Moon to get a few levels at this point, but I made sure to stop off in the Pokemon Center outside to buy a Magikarp to get one early. There's no experience share in this game, just the mega useless experience all, so we're gonna have to switch train him until level 20. We might not really be using him for a while. Oh, and on my way through Mount Moon, I took the Helix Fossil. I knew that if I didn't say what I took, you'd all ask. We actually put that one into practice recently. Now that I think about it, everyone ask anyway. Comms are good for the YouTube algorithm. Hey, it's time for the first real rival fight. It starts with a mirror matchup, as we both have level 18 Pidgeotos to start with. I just hit one Sand Attack and then spammed Quick Attack as my strategy, and it ended up paying off, saving us some damage. Abra literally can't fight back, so I had no issue taking him down, and I kept Pidgeotto out for Rattata. Our Quick Attack did great damage, and he just used Tail Whip, so it went great. Last was Charmander, so I switched out to Ivysaur to Leech Seed him early. He actually wasn't doing very much damage to us with Ember, so we just growled for safety, then tackled him down. That was a pretty good first rival fight. Now that we can go north of Nugget Bridge, we go ahead and catch our own Abra. He's gonna need switch training like Magikarp, but Kadabra's great. It really doesn't take long, as by the time we beat the last trainer north of Nugget Bridge, Abra evolved. It's a shame we'll never be able to trade him to get him to turn into Alakazam, but Kadabra is still a pretty solid Pokemon in this game. Naturally, Misty was pretty easy with Vine Whip. I'm surprised she even did as much damage as she did. Starmie is just a really solid Pokemon. That thing absolutely saved us in Pokemon Stadium. As in the Pokemon Stadium Let's Play that we did on this channel that I may as well plug now that I brought it up. Also, I have no idea when we're doing Pokemon Stadium 2, but we will eventually. I genuinely get asked that almost every single day. That wasn't in the script there, by the way. Like, I woke up on voiceover recording day today, and I woke up to a message asking when Pokemon Stadium 2 is gonna be up. I genuinely get asked every day. Now, we can't actually reach Growlithe or Rhydon for a little while now, so I'm focusing on getting Magikarp to evolve. Thankfully, the trainers on the SSN are all really easy, since tons of them are water type and we have Vine Whip. This ended up being a pretty great place to help grind them up. Before we leave the SSN, we have another rival fight. We started with another Pidgeotto mirror match. I was having fun with that. This time we both Sand Attacked each other at the start, though. I like to think that he learned from our last fight. We still just beat him by spamming out Quick Attacks, though. For Raticate, we just use Ivysaur's Vine Whip a couple times. We took shockingly little damage from Hyper Fang. Kadabra is next, so we just quick attack it down with Pidgeotto while he was too busy using Teleport for some reason. Last was Charmeleon, so we just Sand Attacked and spammed Quick Attack until he went down. Looks like we're still the superior rival. With that done, we go over to the Electric Gym. Voltorb is first, so I take the chance to get some experience on Kadabra. It does great thanks to Confusion being a crit. Next was Pikachu. He was an easy 2-shot, but he did manage to paralyze us and bring us to almost half health before he went down. Last was Raichu, so I sent out Ivysaur to Leech Seed him. We weren't dealing very good damage with Vine Whip, but he was also wasting a lot of time with X items and Growls, so it really wasn't that bad. It wasn't long at all before he went down. Travel at this point has gotten pretty easy. Kadabra is quickly becoming a bit of a powerhouse because of his constant crits and Psychic being weak to like 2 or 3 moves in the whole game. It's already reminding me of the randomized Pokemon Blue and Red playthrough that my friend Whatageek and I did a while back over on his channel. You should go check that out. I link a lot of his stuff in the description. He does a lot of Pokemon stuff, and we've also done a bunch of randomizers together on his channel. Hey, well, we're in Rock Tunnel. Our Magikarp finally hit level 20 and evolved. It's a good thing the name Raider is in Lavender Town, because, I'm not really feeling this new name of his. Now that we're past Rock Tunnel, I go ahead and catch Growlithe, since we've been waiting on that. The best fire move it's ever allowed to learn is Ember, so it's not exactly great. But at least it's something for the Grass Gym. No evolving him yet, though. We need to learn some more moves first. Before that, though, we have to do the Rocket Hideout real quick. Giovanni was easy as usual, although we did have a funny close call with Kangaskhan thanks to Rage of all things. I just wanted to get Water Onix a few more levels. Alright, it's Grass Gym time, and they're actually higher levels than us. It starts with Victory Bell, so I thought I'd try using Kadabra to take it down with Confusion. We ended up getting put to sleep pretty fast though, so we went down. Water Onix was able to finish it pretty easily with Dragon Rage, a move that he'll keep the whole run thankfully. Tangela was super easy thanks to just spamming Bind and that hardly doing any damage, so Dragon Rage took it down. Last was Vileplume, and I was a bit worried about Petal Dance, but we ended up doing enough damage with Dragon Rage that we managed to take her down before we could faint. Hey, only one more major fight until we can get our last Pokemon. Pokemon Tower rival fight time. Once again, we start with Pidgeotto to see how we match up. This time I just used 4 quick attacks and quickly took him down because he was too busy using Whirlwind, a move that didn't work in trainer battles in Gen 1. Our rival is a genius. For Execute, I sent out Growlithe thinking that maybe we could get some experience, but then I realized that Growlithe doesn't have Ember yet. Maybe I'm the genius. After he went down, we quickly finished it with Dragon Rage on our Water Onix. Next, he sent out his own Water Onix, so I just stayed in the fight and spammed Dragon Rage. I want to point out that our rival illegally has both Dragon Rage and Hydro Pump right now, but he chooses to use neither. After that is Kadabra. We hit Dragon Rage, he disabled Dragon Rage, we used Bite, and Dragon Rage instantly got undisabled. Well, that was lucky. Last is Charmeleon, but he didn't stand a chance at this point. This was a clean fight. The Pokemon Tower itself was easy as usual, and normally I don't bring it up. I just thought it was really funny that the Ghost Tower ended up being a great place to get some experience on our Psychic type. Lick was the only standard direct damage Ghost move in Gen 1, and for whatever reason, it just doesn't work on Psychic types in this game. Gen 1's just like that. I love it. Alright, with that done, we go straight to the Safari Zone and catch ourselves Rhyhorn, our last Pokemon. As much as I love Rhyhorn, by the championship battle, the champion has somehow decided to get rid of Stomp and keep both Leer and Tail Whip, so I don't really think I'll be using him much. He actually gets rid of tons of better moves, like he never has this Horn attack, but we're stuck with it till we have one of his moves. Our rival does have Stomp on his Rhyhorn in the second from last fight though, so we are allowed to use it, but we'll have to get rid of it by the end of the game to actually complete the moveset. With that done, I take a shot at the Poison Gym while I'm in town. This was actually the simplest gym we've had in a while, as Kadabra just brute forces his way through with Psybeam even in spite of the level difference. Alright, some of our team is really starting to fall behind in levels. The next major battle of the game is the Silph Co rival fight, and his team will be levels 35 to 40. I need to make sure that our Pokemon are at least level 30 before I give this a try, so I take some time to grind, especially on Growlithe. I gotta say, I'm having a lot of fun with this run so far. It feels a lot more like I'm playing the game normally, just with kind of a weird team. If you guys want to see more runs like this, let me know in the comments. Oh, and also completely unrelated note, but look at this. Our Growlithe's arrival has Roar in Silph Co, gets rid of it after Silph Co, then somehow just gets it back by the final battle. So I guess I keep Roar? This run is complicated. Anyway, as soon as Growlithe hits level 30 and learns his last move, I go get a Firestone and evolve him into Arcanine. I guess this is our first fully finished Pokemon and moveset. It's a shame that he's probably just gonna be used on occasion for takedown. So I have just about zero confidence in our ability to go take down the Silph Co rival fight right now because most of our Pokemon are just barely level 30, but you know what? I'm gonna try it anyway. Who knows, maybe he'll just completely forget how to fight. This is Gen 1, that's prone to happening. First is our Pidgeotto versus their Pidgeot. Right away we Sand Attack like usual, but this time we were doing almost nothing and they didn't miss us, so we went down. As Water Onix came out, we got hit by a Sand Attack right away. So we just hit Dragon Rage in return, then switched to Kadabra. Quick Attack hurt us a lot, but Psybeam took him down. We sent out Arcanine for Execute next. He can be dangerous thanks to status conditions, but Ember took him down pretty fast. Next is a Water Onix Mirror Match, although his moves are much better. I just spammed Dragon Rage the whole time, and he wasted his time with Bite and Leer. Well, that was easy. After that is Alakazam, and he's a crit machine. I ended up sending out Arcanine to brute force it with Takedown, but we missed right away. Two confusions nearly ended us when we crit Takedown to take him down to a Sliver. He took us out on the follow-up, but our own Kadabra was faster than his Alakazam and finished him off. Last is Charizard, and he used Rage right away, so we easily took him down by just using Recover and Psybeam until he went down. I can't believe we won. His Alakazam must have the worst stat experience in the world. Next is the Giovanni fight, and it starts easily with Kadabra one-shotting Nidorino. For Kangaskhan, we got an easy two-shot because he didn't fight back. Third was Rhyhorn, so we got a one-shot with Razor Leaf, and last was Nidoqueen, who wasn't able to take us down with her fearsome Poison Sting. Easy as always. Before we leave town, let's try the Psychic Gym. First is her Kadabra, so I try and quick attack it down with Pidgeotto. It works, but we nearly got one shot in the process. We might be too weak for this. Second is Mr. Mime, and I tried to do more damage with Pidgeotto, but he didn't last long. Out to Arcanine, and we managed to brute force him down in a couple uses of Takedown. Arcanine is just raw power right now. Venomoth is third, so naturally we have our Kadabra one-shot it with Psybeam, and last is her Alakazam. First I sent in Arcanine, but he crit a Psybeam to one-shot us. This attempt is going to be all luck, isn't it? Out to Ivysaur, and he uses Reflect as we Leech Seed him, then he hits us with Psywave for 1 damage. What a garbage move. Well, he took us out with Psybeam soon after. Water Onix is next, and although we're quite a bit weaker, Dragon Rage is still good. Sometimes Alakazam heals with Recover to make things extra frustrating, but it wasn't too long before we actually won. Let's keep this boss rush going, Blaine's Fire Gym time. His Growlithe was almost a one-shot, but he just got us with Leer, so he went down fast. Ponyta hit us with Stomp for massive amounts of damage before we finished her. Okay, probably not a Kadabra sweep then. Rapidash is third, and we crit Psychic for a one-shot. Okay, maybe this will work out. Last is Arcanine, so we hit Psychic, his special drops, then we somehow take only 34 damage off him using Fire Blast, then we take him down. Alright, I know that his special dropped, but does Blaine's team have no stat experience or something? How is his Arcanine that lame? Alright, last boss, Giovanni's Ground Gym. Rhyhorn was a one-shot with Razor Leaf, Dugtrio growled, then was a one-shot with Razor Leaf, Nidoqueen was a one-shot with Psychic, Nidoking was a one-shot with Psychic, and Rhydon was a one-shot with Razor Leaf. Is there a human alive who's surprised? As great as that boss rush was, we have the second from last rival fight, and I'm not feeling good about it. Our team is really underleveled right now. We're gonna have to do a serious grind at some point to get all of our Pokemon to have the right moves before we try the Elite Four. Like, Rhyhorn is level 28, and he won't get his last move that he needs until level 55. Let's try the fight at least once before we grind. First is Pidgeot versus Pidgeotto. Quick Attack did just about nothing right away, so I decided to just spam Sand Attack instead. Thanks to him wasting so much time with moves he doesn't need, like Agility, we easily get all 6 Sand Attacks, and then just switch and let Kadabra take him down. For Rhyhorn, we just one-shot him with Psychic, and RK9 came out to deal with Execute. Quickly, we got seeded and paralyzed, but Ember still did decent damage and took him down pretty quickly. Water Onyx is next, so I sent in Venusaur. He leered at us while we hit a pretty weak Razor Leaf. I decided to Leech Seed him instead as he started using Dragon Rage, then just kept using Razor Leaf to whittle him down. It actually worked great thanks to just how often he was using Leer. 5th is Alakazam and we have no great answer, so I just sent in our under-leveled Water Onyx to tank a Psychic and bite him. We would have lost, but then Alakazam used Reflect 3 more times while we just bit him. Then he used a regular potion. Yeah, he went down. Last was Charizard, so I had Kadabra go for Psychic. Great damage, and his special fell, but we went down to 1 slash. So next I sent out Pidgeotto to start spamming Sand Attack for safety. Charizard just used Rage though, so we took the chance to fully Sand Attack him. Then for fun, and to save a little bit of grinding later, I switched out to our level 28 Rhyhorn and just let him slowly stomp his way to victory. As amazing as that last battle was, we don't have a choice anymore. We do have to grind. As part of the rules of this challenge, I need to make sure that we have the same moves as the Pokemon champion when we get to him. At least, the moves of one of his team. Since we don't have the same starter, of course. That means that even though I absolutely could beat the game without using a Rhydon, I still have to go through all the effort of grinding my Rhyhorn until it evolves and has all the same moves as the champion. I still probably won't end up using it, but it has to go into the Hall of Fame. Unfortunately, that means I have literally no choice but to grind. Well, I do, I could give you some channel updates. I recently started doing streams of the Pokemon trading card game for Game Boy Color. Sometimes I'll stream it on YouTube, but most of the time I stream it on Twitch, then upload it later to YouTube. You can find links to both the YouTube uploads of that series and the links to my Twitch stream in the description. Twitch is free, by the way. I just want to clarify that because I've had a strangely large amount of people tell me that they thought Twitch cost money. Nope, you can watch me and follow me and all that stuff for free. Now, when I say that this is a long grind, I mean this is a long grind. Once again, I managed to work through a day off, although only 1 day off so far. We'll see. I have to get Venusaur to level 65, Rhydon to 55, Water Onyx to 52, and Pidgeot to 54. RK9 and Kadabra already have all the moves they need. We get a few moves from TMs like Mega Drain and Skytack, but some are just from level up. So starting from when I got to the Indigo Plateau, I need to level up Venusaur 27 times, Rhydon 27 times, Water Onyx 19 times, and Pidgeot 22 times. That's 95 level ups, with most of them just being to learn moves that I'm not going to use. I might need more, considering Kadabra might be too low of a level to take on Agatha. This is probably the kind of run that I just wouldn't have time to do if not for how I no longer do daily videos. For anyone who doesn't know, I did a minimum of 1 video a day for 10 years. I only stopped that in March. Between that and how I occasionally do only 3 challenges a month instead of 4, I've actually been able to bring you guys the crazier runs like this again. It's not easy, though. Look, I'm a patient man, but grinding in Pokemon for hours and hours every week wears on you. A lot of people have told me over the years to just use the speed-up function that emulators have. I mean a lot of people, like viewers and YouTubers alike. I remember I used it on an early run or two a few years ago, but for the most part I haven't. I don't have any issue with speed up personally, but I know that when I started doing these challenges, a lot of people in the comments thought that speed up was cheating, so I decided not to use it. Things were kind of different back then. That was like 2 years ago. There weren't so many of these Pokemon challenges out there yet. Back then, I think people looked at it a little bit more like how they look at speedrunning, where they take it really seriously, whereas now I think it's a little bit more fun and goofy. You can tell I'm not using speed up in these grinding clips, by the way, because I'm not constantly slamming into walls. I guess it's probably more noticeable in the travel clips, actually. But yeah, that's why the game is fast, but I'm playing it fast too. The footage is just in fast forward. I played the game at regular speed. Anyway, why some people think that speed up is cheating, I honestly don't know. The way I look at it, the whole point of the challenge is so that I can tell you guys about it and show you what it was like. Like, if I did a Pokemon challenge and I didn't make a video on it, you literally wouldn't even know. I don't think it has to be the most serious challenge in the world, it's just for fun. These videos are entertainment, not me trying to be some kind of Pokemon master. I'm not even that good. At the end of the day though, the videos are for you guys, so I'm just gonna ask for your opinions. Do you think that I should start using speed up in these challenges? And if so, how much? Maybe never? Maybe only during long grinds? Maybe during travel? I don't know. I want your opinions though, so let me know in the comments. For this grind though, no speed up. Just a whole lot of classic grinding and using all the rare candies that I could find to save me a little bit of time. It took ages, but I'm sure you could have guessed that. If you appreciate the grind just for this silly run, then you already know what to do. Follow on Twitter and Twitch, subscribe and ring the bell, like, you know the drill, do all that stuff that lets YouTube know that you enjoyed the video. Now let's go finish the grind and take a look at the team. Here it is, a team with the same moves as the rival. Arcanine and Kadabra are still underleveled, but I want to at least try the Elite Four. Other than Kadabra not being Alakazam, this is pretty perfect. I mean, perfect in that it's an imitation, not perfect as in a good team, because I can't stress this enough. Rhydon has both Leer and Tail Whip. Make your final guesses on if we can win this or not. Let's do this. First is Ice Trainer Lorelei. I wasn't messing around with this fight after that grind. Right away I had Venusaur do 2 growths, since in Gen 1 it raises special attack and defense. It was just one special stat back then. After that, we just spammed out grass moves on the whole team. We ended up taking a lot of damage due to an unlucky miss on Razor Leaf, and us not being able to one-shot some of them, but we did manage to tank some big hits thanks to growth. No way we could have handled Blizzard without that. Second is Fighting Trainer Bruno. I didn't even bother healing Venusaur after the last fight, because I thought it would be funnier to heal off Onix with Mega Drain. After it went down, I switched to Pidgeot for Hitmonchan, but we ended up missing Sky Attack because of course we did. After that, I just spammed Wing Attack, but we nearly went down by the time we took him down thanks to Ice Punch. That was rougher than I expected. For Hitmonlee, I sent out our underleveled Kadabra, and we actually ended up just one-shotting him with Psychic. The second Onix was also a one-shot with Mega Drain, and last was Machamp. Psychic nearly one-shot him, but then he used X-Defend, so we finished him off quickly. Third is Ghost Trainer Agatha. Naturally, we start with Psychic against Gengar, but we got confused in the process. After taking him down, we switched to Water Onix for Golbat, mostly just to get rid of confusion on Kadabra. Hyper Beam does great damage, and Golbat just uses Haze twice, but then he confuses us and we hit ourselves. Then she switches for Haunter so that we hit that, and she used Dream Eater when we're awake. Okay, this is dumb, just Hydro Pump it down. Back to Kadabra as her Golbat comes back out, and we just one-shot it real quick. Arbok is fourth, and it gets one-shot by a critical Psychic, so it's just one last Gengar. He does some great damage up front with Nightshade, and he could have finished us off, but then he used Dream Eater while we're awake, so we got the win. Great job, Agatha. Fourth is Dragon Trainer Lance. Water Onix Mirror Match first, and despite being a lower level, we're actually faster. I just ended up spamming Dragon Rage until he was in range of going down to Hyper Beam, and it went great. For the first Dragonair, I used Pidgeot's Wing Attack. It didn't do much though, so I decided to just start using Mirror Move for fun. We ended up stealing Dragon Rage and Agility a few times, but when we stole Hyper Beam is when we got the knockout. For the second Dragonair though, I put aside the fun and games and just sent out Venusaur. Because his Pokemon have Agility and that move's Psychic type, they'll just use it forever against Venusaur. And I do mean forever, since enemy trainers in Gen 1 have unlimited power points. It was a very long and boring 5 or so minutes, but we got all 6 growths and managed to take down the rest of his team by spamming grass moves that they resisted. Even Solar Beam wasn't doing much damage, and that's with the same type attack bonus and 6 growths. Finally, the Pokemon Champion. First is one last mirror match with Pidgeot. I started with Wing Attack just for him to try mirror moving it back at me, as if he needed to. I tried Wing Attacking more, but it didn't take him out, so I started a Sky Attack. He hit us with one for tons of damage, but ours took him out thanks to a crit. Our Pidgeot is still better. Alakazam is second, so I just had Water Onix brute force it with a single Hyper Beam, but not before taking a big hit with Psychic for half his health. Third is Rhydon, so I just kept Water Onix out to easily take it down in one Hydro Pump. Fourth is Executor, so I sent in our ace, our top guy, Rhydon. I came in with a bold strategy of using our best move, Leer. It took ages to build up Leers, as he kept putting us to sleep, flinching us with Stomp, and generally wasting my time with Barrage. This fight lasted entire minutes, but as I got 5 Leers in, I decided to change up our strategy and go for Tail Whip instead. Clearly it paid off, as when we started using Fury Attack, we were doing amazing damage. Okay, more like passable damage. Adequate damage. We dealt adequate damage until we took him down. Thanks, Rhydon. We couldn't have done it without you. Fifth is his own Water Onix, so I decided to have a mirror match for fun. Despite being 9 levels lower than him, we're actually faster and nailed a Hyper Beam as he got us with Leer. Ah, I see he learned from watching The Master. Right on. I kept spamming big moves, but he had healing items and Dragon Rage. We dealt a lot more damage than I was expecting, though. After going down, I sent out Kadabra to finish it off. He really didn't do much damage, but thankfully, Water Onix just used Leer, so we won anyway. Last was Charizard, and our team is in shambles, so I sent in Venusaur. Yeah, he double resists us, but it's his last Pokemon in his starter versus starter, so why not? So I started with Growth to power up, and Charizard missed Fire Blast. So I used Growth again, and he missed Fire Spin. So I used Growth again, and he finally landed a hit! Right, so he started to land hits on us for lots of damage, and our moves are doing next to nothing. So I decided to just spam Mega Drain and see how long I could hold on. Well, the answer is, way longer than I expected. It got to the point where we were burned and getting trapped in Fire Spin, and he couldn't take us down. We took out tons of his health before he finally finished us off. We don't have much to switch to, though. I sent out our massively under-leveled Kadabra to go for Psychic. Charizard ended up missing Fire Spin, but our Psychic leaves him with a Sliver. He follows up with Slash, and he one-shots us. This is really bad. I send in our wounded Pidgeot, and Charizard uses Rage, his dud move, giving us our chance to hit Wing Attack, and finally win the run. Did you know that Wing Attack is as weak as Peck in Gen 1? Grinding aside, that was a really fun run. Most of it went by pretty quick, and it wasn't too hard to research for, and it was an interesting gimmick. The grind was genuinely pretty horrible, but there was TMs and stuff, there was little ways to speed it up and stuff here and there. Wait, hold on. Is there a TM for Solar Beam in Gen 1, or was that only in the remakes? Okay, so I remember that in Fire Red, I often pick up Solar Beam thinking that is the secret key. Like, they swap 2 items or something, and I always end up picking up the wrong one and it ends up being Solar Beam. Okay, I need to go check. I actually don't know if it's there in Red. It is! Oh my god, I could have skipped like 20 of those levels. Well, the comments are going to crucify me for that. Well, I hope you liked the run regardless. For next Saturday's Pokemon Challenge, I'm going to try to do Pokemon Emerald with 1 Tropius. I don't know how hard that's going to be yet, but it gets requested a lot, so I'm going to give it a try. As always, I'm looking forward to your suggestions in the comments, in the challenge request section of my Discord channel, and on Twitter. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. If you want to see me do more challenges like this, please let me know in the comments or on Twitter. I can always use more ideas from you guys on what I should do next. Also, check out the playlist in the description if you want to watch all the Pokemon challenges that I've already uploaded. If you guys want to see more Pokemon stuff from me, my friend Whatageek and I have done randomizer playthroughs of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, Black and White, Red and Blue, and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire over on his channel linked in the description. You can also watch myself, Whatageek, and Goosit playing Pokemon here on my channel. We've done Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon X, we're working on Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team, and I personally started doing the Game Boy Color Pokemon Trading Card Game. Also, come to the Twitch TV streams and tell me that this video sent you. It's always cool to hear how you found the channel. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.